Next week, we celebrate 300 episodes of a Tuesday night mainstay. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.saintricketts.com. The new album is out now. The remake is available. We will shut the boys off and say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night, and we are 100% live. And a big yes, I like that. Get in there.
So excited. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Kinsey King in the house. A big yo, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, it is Tuesday night. It is 8 o'clock, and we are 100% live. And this is the Yo Show.
Yep.
Yep, thank you. Wow. I got to tell you what, before I do anything, and seriously, I'm going to get into this right off the bat. Cheryl Williams, hello, gorgeous for me. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
It is for
Tina.
you.
Okay. So, Jewel Tatey is out tonight with some illness. A little bit of strep throat, a little bit of this and that. She doesn't like me telling her business, but she's out with the strep. And I said, okay, I need somebody to take her place tonight. And this young lady to my right, if you're looking at the screen, I call her the OG, man. She was with us in like the beginning of this. And one of the great people who welcomed me and Jewel into this and were kind of a guidance, kind of an inspiration. And tonight, she's making her triumphant return to podcast and webcast world with blonder hair. And I always call Jewel the most beautiful face in podcast, webcast, but her most fierce competition for most beautiful face in podcast, webcast, broadcast, simulcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to welcome back Miss Tina Marie Celine. Tina, good evening.
I feel like a queen now. Thank you so much. That was an intense introduction. I don't know how I can even follow up with the gratitude that I honestly do feel for. Thank you so much for inviting me on to be a co-host. Jewel, I hope you feel better. This is one of the most fun shows. Definitely check it out. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. I'm super excited. I am getting back into all that. I'm sure you've got a way that we're going to do this. But thank you so much for that super dope intro. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Definitely worth it. You have become through the years an inspiration to me. Somebody who's spirit lifts me, somebody who just every time you win, I feel like I win. Everything you do right, I feel like it's right in our world too. Like I said, we grew up together through this, so to speak. And some
Hot
of our
peppers. Hot peppers.
hot peppers. Well,
never forget that.
Some of our great friends like Maria Daniels and Helen Edwards and Jeff Revia and Jeff Dwoskin and all them from the beginning. We love you all. We love everybody at IndiePod. And it's great to see you back, Tina. It really, really is.
Thank you. It's great to be back. And this is kind of hopping me into it. So this is kind of like very important to me. And I'm saying like a lot. I've got to stop that.
I do.
Yeah. This is episode 299, right, Jeff?
299. Yes. Next week is the big 300. 299.
I wonder what that special number means somewhere. I'm so excited for you. This is awesome.
Thank you. You'll get back there.
Yes.
It was so hard to pick who I'd bring in. And then I realized I've overbooked it. So it might go like 4 hours long. And I don't even have that many. But speaking of guests and speaking of people and speaking of what keeps it going strong is awesome guests. And tonight, Tina, I'm going to introduce you to these guys around 8:30. Met them through social media, like I do a lot. And then I seen them at a Metal Mania show down at Sweeney's. Thank you to awesome Elena Brokus and the great shows that she hosts. Tonight at 8:30, the one and only Harken is our very special guest. And I got to tell you, they're psyched. Thumbs up by everybody in the room. I'm psyched for them. They're psyched to be here. Tina, great band.
So excited. So excited. I checked them out and they are definitely like, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but for me, it was like Metallica Trivium, but a little hint of emo. And I kind of love that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Our good friend JD Wolf is in the house. And JD's been with us for a long time. You may remember Tina from past episodes. If not, Tina is... Yep, JD. His name was, I forgot his name too. James. Oh my God. James, I almost forgot.
Oh, no, you got it though. In the end, you got it. It's all good.
My goodness.
Oh, it's exciting. It's too exciting. That's all. It's for just both. Very excited. It's exciting.
It is. And wait till we do the things we do, like play music. We're going to play a couple from Harken shortly. We're going to play one and then we usually chat with the band and play one afterwards. But before any of that, again, like I said, Harken is the guest. We want to thank last week's guest, 6th Century. They were awesome. Tina, if you did not see last week's show, go back and watch it. Their new music video features yours truly. I'm one of the worm people.
No
Moshingans.
way.
Oh, it's awesome. It's absolutely great.
Oh my goulash.
No
Yeah,
pressure, Harkin, but I want to be in the next one.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, with that beard, you can be in pretty much any rock metal band video,
Well, thank
honestly.
you.
Unless it's like, Blink 182 style and you have to dress up as a nurse or something.
Ain't nobody topping that. That's one of the greatest. That's one of the
I
greatest
know.
puberty pictures of all time. So
Ah!
it is. I mean, for the
Yeah,
love of
that is
God.
freaking good.
And that's not even my puberty. I was probably like in my 30s.
Still, all men are. We're getting into that based on what I understand.
Yeah, we are in a
Similar
little bit.
situations.
But first things first. Before we get to music, let's do this.
Love you, Glenda.
Let's meet Tina. Tina, tell everybody a little something about where you are, where you've been, and where you're heading. The good stuff, the highlights.
Okay,
Because
so wow, it's been a long journey to get to here. I have tried to jump back into podcasting way too prematurely for the situation. I was dealing with very tough emotional situations that I have worked my way through, and every day is still a battle, in some sense. But I'm a warrior, so it's all good. And this very much ties into what Glenda, who's in the comments, and I are working on my. We actually have a company called Parallel Productions, Parallel Films Productions, and we are working on a film called The Gaslight Killer. We're not sure if that's the full name yet, but we hope that it's out by next year. I'm rewriting it right now. Lee Feathers, great writer, great screenplay writer. He's got that all set up, and I am so bad at formatting, but he is amazing. And so I'm just adding some pieces and stuff here and there, but I've also got a new podcast that I will be releasing soon. I am so stoked. Like, honestly, this is like me publicly accountable saying it right here that yes, I do have 3 pages of things that
wow.
I'm going to talk about, and I will need guests. And it's very esoteric, philosophical, a little bit psychological, but also interesting, funny, fun facts, stuff like that. There's still the same energy that I always have. I can't help that. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. And I'm not sure if I'm going to start live streaming right away, but I definitely will have like audio casts and everything out with that here. Probably, I would say give it about 20, 30 days before I get 4 or 5 episodes out.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to the fact
Thank
that,
you.
and I know how it gets. A lot of people say, I want to start one, and I got one on the cusp, but I'm not telling anybody about. I got the people lined up, and we want to do another. But it's tough sometimes. Like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then you realize, am I ready to do it? Because, like you said, you don't
Oh,
want to go in the wrong way because you
yeah.
can kind of, I don't want to say you can blow it quickly. I mean, you've
I
been
mean,
around,
I
you know how to
cry.
do it, but
I literally I cried every time I was podcasting. Like something would happen and I would cry. I am not there anymore, you guys. I am in so much of a better headspace and place now. I'm proud of me. And I think that's something that everybody should be proud of is you need to be proud of yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to accept that things happen and just like keep going. Like you have to just keep trying. You will get there. Never give up on anything. Like I know that sounds a little bit, cliche, but no,
cliche. Yeah.
really don't ever give up because I mean, the things that some people are capable of doing to you in your life, and that is a fact, Cheryl. Gaslighting, yeah, that's exactly what Glenda and I are working, and Lee are working on. That's what the film is about. So it's a heavy gaslighting, psychological thriller, horror, but very, very hyper realistic because it happens all the time. And a few of us in the comments have been through it. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say me. Just it sucked, like things like that suck. But I won't cry anymore because guess what? I am healing because I am a warrior.
I love it. And that's why when you said you were making your way back, I said, why not try here first? Because we have a great audience. JD
Yeah,
Wolf, for example. We always have
definitely.
great guests. And I joke around the Jewel. It's coming up on 300 episodes tonight, 299. We're 299 to know. We're undefeated with great guests. People that come on, they just want to have fun, talk about their trade, talk about life, not get too crazy, no drama, no BS. We don't do that stuff. So I felt like this is a good spot for you. Of course, one of your biggest fans is here to cheer you on. JD Wolf said he wants to know when you're starting, and he's going to follow, and he's
Oh,
very
thank
loyal. So, and you're now the multipreneur of awesomeness. I mean, nobody beating that. That should be the name of your show.
That is also up for debate right now. Right now, I do not have a set name for
Tough.
it. I have so many. I have all the topics. I have everything figured out. I just do not have that yet, and I will figure it out. That will be released. Follow me on Instagram at Asian Ranch Sauce.
Greatest Instagram handle ever.
Yeah, I tried Twitch just so everybody knows. Don't go looking for it. It's embarrassing. But there's a little clip of me just like beating up third graders on Merlin or something. And I have been playing Detroit Become Human for the second time on PC, which is rough if you know like Xbox and PlayStation controllers more. And so I am having difficulty with that, but I'll probably be streaming that later. Anyways, I don't have a name for it yet. I will if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. My name's right there, Tina Marie Celine. Look me up on Facebook, Snapchat, Tina Marie Celine. I mean, Google Tina Marie Celine. That is my.
And the Instagram handle was there. Jeff quickly typed it in, and there it is.
Wow. Yes, Major Captain Jeff. Let's go. Let's go.
It's coming up on 300. I got to learn how to do something right besides cool backtracks.
I can't that is such an incredible. I'm so proud for you. And Jewel, like 300 episodes. 300 episodes. That is incredible.
I can't believe we're here. I mean, not you and I mean, just me.
Like for Yoshi.
Thanks, JD. Right?
No, like he's finally, JD Wolf. No,
and it was kind of funny because we would do indie pods and everybody's like, "Wow, look at all your followers! Wow, look at all this and that." I'm like, I'm just me, and people like treat me like a big deal, and I appreciated that. And like everybody, and like Maria used to always say, "I can't believe you're not making a fortune the way you handle yourself, your delivery." But I'm not a great marketer, and you know what? I would rather have the fun of meeting people and going to shows live and all that than make the money. This to me means more. Yeah, doesn't mean more to my wife. It means more to me.
Understood. Completely understand. I completely understand that. That's kind of why I was like, ooh, I don't know about Twitch. It's like very saturated. And I respect everybody that streams on Twitch. I'm just saying, for me, podcasting, live streaming, I love StreamYard. I love just like the people in Indie Pods, everybody from Indie Pods United, like you were saying, like I could not be more grateful to be here, feeling so good. And like, I'm just know that there are people that are just like me. We are all very connected and that we all have like the same loves and wants for each other, very supportive people. And it's just been an incredible experience also like throughout all the hardships that I have been enduring, like to know that people still want to even see me and see my face because I kind of lost it a couple of times, like, I'm not going to lie, but like in a happy way, because I'm here now, that doesn't matter anymore. Like here we are.
I'm always here for your face because it always wears a smile in my presence, and I love you for that. And like I said, like it's
a real smile.
Appreciate it. We've learned a lot.
Maybe not so much.
Yeah, I got you, and that's okay. All right, so one of the things that we love to do here, Tina, and the time's just flying by. It's already 7:45. I want to play a song because these guys got a brand new EP out, the self-titled Harken EP, and their music is awesome. So we're going to play When I Arrive. We're going to load that up here real quick, When I Arrive. Looks like the dude's got instruments. I don't know if they're going to try and play something. I hope StreamYard is friendly because sometimes it's not. But they're great with the YouTube stuff. When I Arrive is the song. Harken is the band. Our guest tonight's about 4 minutes and 41 seconds. We're going to play it here. We'll be back in a few minutes here live Tuesday night on the Yo Show with Jeff and his super special guest co-host, Tina Celine. Love you. We'll be back in a few minutes right here live. Enjoy Harken.
Escape Oh, failure's key. I'm back to valley, and the goal will be mine. When I arrive, you will know that I cannot escape my life. 'Cause my river won't meet the knife, and I will not stay on the shelf. 'Cause I really believe in myself. Cause I cannot escape my life. 'Cause my river won't meet the knife, and I will not stay on the shelf. 'Cause I believe in myself.
Kadooting! Whoops.
All right. When I arrive, the band is Harken. And Tina, I love it. You got so excited to see some people in the audience. You're shouting it out. And I'll let Harken beat you up when I get out of here in a few minutes.
Oh no, why? Why? No, don't beat me up.
You like scream that right in the middle of your groups. Nah, let it
I know,
rip,
I
man.
was like,
The audience is digging it.
Oh no, I'm sorry, but that reverb at the end and that breakdown, heavy. Love it. Love
Yeah,
it.
great
Love it.
stuff.
Love it. Good.
And
good,
I love seeing some of the names that are in here. Like you said, Toe Duddy. And the one and only Mr. Jeff Dwoskin in the house of Classic Conversation with Jeff Dwoskin.
Oh my gosh, all the
Fans
Jeffs.
of each other. I watch Jeff's show. I love it. He gets some classic guests. I love his show. I love what he does. Great dude. Like I said, a lot of people from the beginning. Greg Smith, I agree. Awesome ballad indeed. A little bit of everything, man. Got a little rock, little ballad. I just love these guys. And watch them on stage, Tina, their stage presence is exactly like the recording. Like if you watch them perform live, it's pretty flawless. I just love it. I'm a big fan.
I'm excited. I will check that out because I went to Blink 182 about a year ago. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to go see Blink 182 and a bunch of indie bands with them in the Dallas Stadium, and Blink 182 is just impeccable all the time, like live. Love them, and I love a good live show. If you can do it live, you can do anything.
It's been pretty great what's been going on here in Pennsylvania. Like I said, between Sweeney's, which is a bar close to me, and it's a bar with a great music history, great stage, and then places like Love Drafts, which are up in Mechanicsburg, and then in between, even like the place that I'm starting to do my show at the Fuge with some bands. And there's so many great places, and seeing these bands live is just terrific. I actually do have to plug that real quick. Do not forget. It is Friday, July 19th. Sorry, the banner is small. It is the Fuse. It's the Key concert series. We are back for another live episode. I know it's very small. This one is our sixth. It is Christmas in July, Friday night, July 19th. 4 awesome local bands, Swing and a Miss, Who in the Room, The Grimjacks, and White Wolf. Tickets online right now at keyconcertseries.ticketleap.com. You can save $5 by buying them right now online. Or you can buy them at the door. $20 at the door. All ages show, but 21 and over to drink. Please drink responsibly. Food and drinks sold and supplied by the awesome Tranquility Brewing Company, which is connected to the Fuge. And Tina, one of these days, is going to get a budget and get you a ticket to come on out and enjoy one of these great shows. These are younger bands, original bands, locals, and they absolutely crank it out. It's a great thing we've been doing here. And I was told by one of my partners, the guys from SRR Promotion, John Simons, he's like, dude, I'm trying to get Harken. Maybe we can schmooze them a little bit into maybe performing for us in one of these great programs.
Well, hopefully they're not that angry at me. Maybe we can do that. We can
maybe not. Maybe not. They're pretty nice guys. We'll see what we can do. I don't want to say that they're nice guys because metal guys got to have that edge.
Oh yeah, no.
So we'll say they're.
Please don't make me laugh. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll say they're cool dudes. Jeff is breaking out the Santa suit. Matter of fact, it's in the wash right now. My Santa leisure suit with the red jacket and red pants, and I probably sprayed the beard white. Oh, I don't want to tell everybody. You got to come. You got to come to see.
Oh goodness gracious! It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing, and I get
Situation.
ridiculous. And I've actually gotten to be, oh God, I've actually gotten to be the MC to a lot of these shows. I love getting on stage and MCing and introducing bands and talking to the crowd in between. It's become my thing, if you will. I've grown up, Tina, since you've seen me last. I've become a big boy.
I believe we all really, really have. And like, you know what? Finally, gosh, some of us. Oof.
Finally, indeed.
Finally, I'm proud of you. I'm proud for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
300 is coming up, and who knows? I may go. Well, I got to work the next day, but I want to go like 4 or 5 hours. I would love, like, I wanted to bring you and Marie and all the podcast people in just to say hello. And I started looking at the list and the timeline, and I'm like, we're never going to make it.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Right?
Just depending on if I have a screaming child or not. She's sleeping. She's fine right now.
That's actually very good. Congratulations. Because a lot of people that I've asked to, like, guest co-host on Wednesday nights, because I started doing a Wednesday nights, a little side piece, and I asked people to guest co-host, like, oh, my child won't allow it. I'm like, give it a shot. Next thing you know, the kids are getting the screen, and I'm like, okay.
You know what? It's cute. You know what? It's normal. It's happening. Like, keep having kids, everybody.
I tell you, we've watched Jules' daughter Joey grow up through the
She's
years.
so beautiful.
Oh, isn't she? And we've watched her grow up into like this little lady now who just grabs mics.
She's so sweet. I love it. I watched this one podcast. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm sorry, but there's a 4-year-old with her dad who's a skater, like a skateboarding, and he and her, they're just sit next to each other, and she talks about, Daddy, you need to get your nails done. I'm like, it's just the cutest thing ever. I'm like, wow, I love this. You're not just like putting your kid out on a stage or like doing this or that. Like, you're sitting there with 2 mics, and like, that's got to be a little boring for a 4-year-old, but the kid's probably just like a genius. Like, she's just so smart and cute. I love it.
I just think so too. And like I said, Joey comes out, and you can tell there's times that even Joey gets bored or things start coming out of my mouth, and Jules like, okay, go away. Okay, go away.
Right? Oh, shiny thing. I'm still like that. I have not grown out of that. If I see something shiny, pretty, like I hear good music. Oh, well, I forgot my conversation, but I will remember tomorrow.
That's me. Like sometimes people will comment and I'll miss. Like my wife will comment and I'll miss it. She's like, you didn't even call out my comment. I'm like, well, I'm listening to good music.
No.
Happens. I look at the dudes from Harken are like backstage, like stretching and warming up and.
Put it on their faces. Put on that metal
awesome.
face. Put that metal face on.
I just come here and be me. And
same. That's what I'm doing. I feel more me than ever. Like, I feel more me now than I did a few years ago. Like, I am so much more in balance with myself again. And it's
awesome. No disrespect to Jewel, but you're kind of like your home.
Yeah, this feels like, I mean, podcasting is home. And like, the appreciation and gratitude again that I have for you, and so proud for you with 300 freaking episodes. Like, sorry, excuse my French.
And I'm going to say something real quick, and then we're going to bring out Harken. If you go back through our archives of 300 episodes, there was an episode with an actress by the name of Jessica Morris, who since got married is now Jessica Hillis. It is our most watched episode, 15,000 plus people. Guess who the special guest co-host was on that evening?
Huh. That's a really good trick question, because if I say me and I'm wrong,
It was you.
I know.
You are the member of our most watched episode, which even Jules like, wow. Even Jules like, wow, our most watched episode, and it's not me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's probably because of her. It's probably because of Jessica Hillis. Yes.
Yeah, she's terrific. She's going to join us briefly on our 300th as well
Oh, awesome.
to pay homage to. She's great, and she was great that night.
You have the most beautiful and people, like, and the most fascinating people, and the most and really great bands. Like, honestly, this show is awesome. It is
Thank
like when you say the yo show, like it's like one of those yos, like yo, that's good. Like I'm feeling real old school right now, but like yo, like that is good. Like very proud.
Thank you. We even got a little buzz the other day from the gentleman who is the owner, creator, president of iRock Radio. And I asked him to come on. He's going to come on in a few weeks as a guest. And he's like, yeah, I know your show. I know the name. I'm like, what? He's like, I know the name. I'm like, holy, look at this. My sister-in-law made me a beautiful espresso martini, too.
Ooh, jealous. What is that?
So you're saying there's some upsides to her
Espresso
being
martini.
Here?
What's that?
So you're saying there's some upsides of her being here?
Who, Tina? Oh, well, my sister-in-law, she makes a great espresso martini. That's excellent. Yeah, she's wonderful. My sister-in-law is, she's staying with us for a bit, and my sister loves having them, and my nephews, and it gets to be a little bit of a crowded house sometimes, but we make do, and we have our great times.
Important. I love that.
I agree.
I really believe that you need to have like a good support system and a good family around you, and like the more people, honestly, the better. It takes a village for anything. Like we are all just grown babies, really. Like,
thank you, JD. JD Wolf said he can't live without the yo. I thank you, brother. I'm going to ask the guys from Harken, thumbs up if we're ready, because it looks like somebody stepped away. You guys ready to go? Thumbs up. Whoever left, too bad. No, I'm kidding. Let's get to it. What the audience waits for, what I wait for, besides beautiful co-hosts and beautiful people. Our guest here tonight is one hell of a superstar rock band, metal band, call them what you will. The name is just blowing up everywhere in the local scene. Everyone's like, Harken this and Harken that, and let me know more about Harken after the show, etc. And I don't blame them. Let's bring them out. All four of them backstage, sitting calm and ready to explode. Let's bring it out for the dudes from Harken. All right.
What up? What's up, yo?
Guys, good. Yo, indeed. Good evening, guys. You guys got like
yes,
ninja tactics and all that going on back there. I tell you what, as much as I love Jewel, our usual co-host, but Tina is somebody who's been around a long time. She's got great spirit, great emotion, and
Hi, Tina.
Well, when you were a baby.
Tina.
Thanks for the shout outs, Tina.
Yeah.
You're very much welcome.
Yeah, you guys, it's terrific. I love what I hear. I love watching you guys perform. And let's talk a little bit about the new stuff. We'll jump into it. The EP is out, Harken. We played the song When I Arrived. Tell us a little something about making an EP, because nowadays it's a lot of here's a single, enjoy singles, and then eventually you hope to build a fan base. You guys said, you know what? We got out some singles. I'll screw it. Let's make an EP. Tell us about it. A little bit from everybody. Fill us in on the process of making an EP.
Well, these were songs that we did that. When we first formed, we put 2 songs out before we were in our current formation here. And it was I See You Too, and then a song called Brackish. And then as we, kept working our set, we decided that instead of just keep putting out singles, we wanted to build a whole EP out, So we put a lot of work in on that. And, the way you do it is, you just write one song at a time, you know what I mean? And we kept going back, refining it. That song you played was a song that these guys had in their depths there for a long time, and decided to kind of bring it out when we all got together. Maybe.
Yeah, that was a song that we had. 04.
Wow.
That was a 20-year-old song that we kind of resurrected from
I
a
love
previous band that 3 out of 4 of us had been in, and it was kind of an homage to a former band member that has since passed away. And if you can tell, if you listen to it again, the middle part kind of doesn't have a solo in it, and he was our lead guitar player, so we left that out as kind of a heads up to him, because anything we tried to put in there would not have given Keith Colombo justice.
Yeah.
So
great.
so that song means a lot to us, and we were happy that Matt was cool with it, us bringing it on, and it still holds up. We love that song. Love playing it every time.
Yeah.
Before you said that, and then that's always sad to lose a friend. I felt a lot of emotion from that song. It makes sense now. I'm very oddly intuitive, but like I'm sorry for your loss, and that's, everybody heals. We all have time to heal, and it's great that you're still all together, and just an awesome song. Lots of emotion, and I think that's awesome that you left that space for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was such an awesome guitar player, from what I've heard and what these guys tell me about, that the only way to do it justice was to don't even try it. So
Yeah.
it came in, I was like, let's just put a bass solo here. And I had some great ideas for it and tried to, put my best emotional bass line together for that, where it's almost like, I'm no BB King, I did the best I could with it, but it was what these guys felt. And I tried to put myself into how these guys felt about their friend as I created that bass solo, so that's how it came out.
Incredible.
Wow.
And remember, Matt, BB King is no you either.
You ain't lying.
Great. That's good. That's good.
Thank you,
Nobody is nobody else.
Sure, that's awesome. And it's funny because, when we do the show, like I said, Tina's new to doing it with me. It's only the second time we've done it together, but she's been a guest, etc. And I kind of do some questions, some topics, and usually one question leads into 3 of the answers. We're going to ask you what the song was about. We nailed that. That's already accomplished, which is great. But let's talk about the name, Harken. Where did it come from, and what does it mean? And because it's strong. It's a strong name, and people love saying it, and people love talking about it. Where did the name come from?
I kind of had it in my head for a little bit. I'm a nerd, so I like Lord of the Rings and all that kind of crap.
Welcome.
And there's a part where Gandalf goes, "Hearken to me," and it's like it grabs you. And when we got this together, we said, "What's the name?" And I said it to Matt first. Like I already knew what I wanted to call it. It's simple, one word: hearken, listen. Here we are, and that's kind of right when I said it. Kenny hates everything. Right when he hears it, so, we could write the greatest song in the world, and he'll be like, "I fucking hate it."
So he's harking on you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Well
he said
played.
no, and then within 30 seconds, he's like, "All right, it has my name in it."
Yeah, that's the band. That's the name, man. We heard it. I heard it. I'm like, yep, that's it.
Even the logo kind of kicks ass. Like I like the logo and all.
I don't know if I said that I hate it or that I didn't want it, but I was like, we could maybe do something with the name, and now I'm all about it. I mean, just listen up, and that's what we try to do. I love you guys.
Wow, that's awesome.
I like it a lot. Tina, I saw these guys perform, like I said, a couple months ago, I guess, down at Sweeney's. And I apologize for forgetting everybody's name. I'll try to keep everybody's name. But whoever does lead vocals, I seen him wrapping his knees. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, you'll see. He actually wraps his knees up. And I'm like, I don't get it. Until I seen him perform. He's down on his knees, and he's swaying, and he's performing and rocking out. And I tell you what, now, the last show I went to, one of our key concert series, I wrapped my one knee, and it felt great the next day. My other one felt like shit. So where did the idea come from? Because it's actually kind of genius if people are out there. I mean, wrap your body up, because that starts to hurt.
I just move a lot. Like it's just whatever's
Same.
comfortable. And I end up down on my knees a lot. Like I've always been really flexible. My boys used to call me Gumby. I did tear my ACL twice, so the left
Okay.
one started getting wrapped.
Yeah.
And then it just looked cooler if I had two of them on.
You know what? That is like the most honest and best answer that you could have possibly given for a situation like that. I love it. You know, it is
I
what it
is
is.
what I is.
Yeah, facts, big facts. Shout out Harken.
Nice.
Tina, get in there with a question for the guys. And I said, I know we got a list. Sometimes things pop up, but everyone
All
asks.
right. Well,
we're
who
an open
is
book here.
tallest? I would like to see you in order of tallest to shortest.
Wow, that's a different one.
I'm weird. Like
I'm
that.
definitely the shortest, so I can stay right where I'm at. They'd have to move.
He's not the shortest. I think he might be the tallest.
What?
He grew 2 inches over me. This is my younger brother.
This is gaslighting at its finest.
I was always taller than him, and in the last 4 years, he's gotten taller than me. I think I'm just shrinking.
Oh, here we go. This is
Oh, too-
this is where we want to be.
We can do it.
There you go. It just changed the complexity.
Wow.
You're all pretty close, really.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's standing closer.
Picture. Hold on. Okay. You know, you're all the
All I got to say is,
We're all
through-
6'1".
there you go.
I was gonna say you're all about you. Like it's pretty even. Like, but also the camera angles and. You know.
Matt's probably got the smallest muscles, though.
Well, then
Yeah, I
everybody
noticed
do
that.
this.
Yeah.
Everybody do this.
There you go. Break that.
Okay.
I got to tell you real quick. Like I said, we're coming up on, this is episode 299. We're coming up on 300 episodes.
Good
And
number.
through the, thank you. And through the 299, everybody always says, oh, you got this great looking female guest. Get her to lean back. Get her to stand up. Get her to walk around. This is the first time that somebody's ever asked the dudes to stand up and walk around. So, Tina, it's a yo show first. Actually, checking out the dudes by saying size and muscle. Very
Equality.
professionally snuck in there. I'm a big fan.
All kinds of trends getting set tonight. This is great.
Yeah,
There you
yeah. Yes. Why not just make history?
I'm telling you, I kind of love the flow. That's what we do here. We're an easy flow. We don't talk about religion, politics, drama. We're just out here to have fun, and I appreciate you guys for want to be part. Yeah,
Love
you're
that.
exactly
That
right.
was-
That's all Jordan talks about. So
Yeah.
A lot of shows do it. This is the place you come to have fun. You drink a cocktail, you show off your muscles. I'm not doing mine because I just got showed up big time. You're not going to see my muscles.
Oh,
Tina's got a little gun going
There
on
you
there,
go.
right? Nicely done.
that's
So,
you can't say it.
So how did you guys come together? How did you form this current lineup? Of course, we talked about the late member, and then how did you get this current roster together?
I see this one.
Kenny Jordo and I were in a band when we were really young. I think the first time we got on the stage together, I was 15, maybe 16. So we've been together for a long time. That kind of fell by the wayside in the mid 2000s. I think all four of us had a pretty extended break where our lives might have deteriorated a touch.
I understand.
But then
Everyone does.
I was actually sitting in a pizza shop with my boy Charlie, and he said, "I heard you used to sing. Would you like to come try out with a band of mine?" I said, "All right. I mean, I haven't sang in a long time, but let's rock and roll." And that's where I met Matt, and we were in a band called Dawn's Divide for I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
Wow.
And then like same deal with life is hard for all of us. I think we have 13 kids represented.
Wow.
Between the four of us. So we do like what we do is kind of to get it together at all is amazing. But as Dawn's Divide kind of fizzled out a little bit, I hit up Kenny and I said, let's go do something. And it was no more than a month later, we actually ran into Jordo. Jordo and I worked together. And it just kind of reformulated. And within, I think we came up here the first practice. I think we just played, we all happen to know Mouth for War by Pantera.
Hey.
Great one.
Just let it rip. And it kind of progressed from there to the point where we ended up making that EP. And the only thing I wanted to say about making that EP is like having 13 kids up here, and it's not cheap to make music. The biggest thing was be prepared going in there.
Yeah.
We went in there, and I mean, we did it in 2.5 days. Was it? Or
Yeah.
2.5
Wow.
days.
That's
Um,
impressive.
And
Yeah.
it's go in there and like, it's fun. It's challenging. It's kind of business-like. But to be prepared, because Matt and I have gone in there unprepared, and it is
Nightmare.
it's a nightmare. So yeah, that being prepared was huge for going in and making music. And the band is just, once it formed, it was just we're all really good friends. It's easy. We can discuss the music without being
Yeah.
defensive about it. Like, I don't really dig that part, or that part's awesome. Why don't we do this? And it's really easy going. And it's great. Other things have helped us write music is things like technology.
Oh,
We only do get together once a week. So being able to like put this shit on your phone and have I don't know if I'm supposed to plug it or whatever, but BandLab, like we can go listen to it. I can record over things. It's not just like a crappy tape deck.
Yeah.
Like you can get like some real deal stuff. So we can practice here once a week. You can take a little bit of time on your own and come in here, and we're kind of.
I think that's awesome. I think that's like the new wave of how bands are going to have to work, because everybody has something going on, and the entire world has something going on collectively,
Yes.
honestly. And like just yesterday, I was mentioning to my friend that where are all of the good bands coming? Like, where are they now? Like, why are we not getting
Yeah.
the Metallicas, and like where are the bands? Like, everyone is just making music on, like, and I, no disrespect to any way anyone does anything, just AI and everything, and I have no disrespect towards AI at all either. Like I said, I'm playing Detroit Become Human. Anyways, I think it's very respectful that with 13 collective children, and I'm over here complaining about my baby, like I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, like, that is big respect. Like, that is awesome. And Zoom band meetings, I can see it for you in your future. Crystal ball.
I think some of the thing too, like with not having like the Metallicas or the big bands, is the industry has changed so much. Like when we grew up listening, you bought a tape or you bought a CD and you listen to that thing straight through. Mm-hmm. Music is not listened to like that anymore. I don't even know of many albums that come out. It's one at a time. It's Spotify, it's Apple Music. Even the new band, I'm guilty of it too. The new bands I get into, I don't necessarily know the song titles or the album. I know the band. I know when the song comes on, because it's not like something like a hard copy in my hand that I'm going to read cover to cover. It's just something that pops up.
Do you, I'm sorry, Jeff, you say something. You look like you need to say something right now.
Oh, I'm okay. But I was going to say, as kind of a joke, like I asked some of the up-and-coming bands, I'm like, when you guys make an album, I want a little credit line. They're like, huh? I don't get it. Like, they're not used to albums and like a page, and like, what do you mean credit on the album? I don't know. Like, what do you mean credit on the album? Like, forget it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh my goodness.
Special thanks to the Yo Show.
Exactly right.
Right?
You're always believing in us.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But
Jeez,
and Matt had mentioned to me, like, when I talked about coming on the show, and like I said, we talked before Metal Mania, and then I talked that night to you guys about coming on the show, and you're like, well, we got to size it up because we got a lot of kids, and it's hard to get away and do anything. And like I said, with the Fuge, the show we do with the Fuge, one of the partners, John Simons, his kids, of course, are the Grimjacks, and he's like, man, I want Harken to play. I'm like, here's the deal. From what I understand, they have like a farm full of kids. Like, it's hard for them to get away. So we get it, and I do give you credit. Like Tina was saying today, well, let me, because I asked her to guest co-host the last minute. She said, I got my daughter, things happen. Jewel, of course, has her daughter. You guys got a lot of kids, so I respect it, because just having my nephews here, it's a lot of work. They're not even mine, and I know it's a lot of work. Are they?
That's why this is so important too.
Yeah,
it's our escape.
Sure, well, true. Are they fans? Are they proud of dads being the rock stars? Did they get into it?
I love that. Good question.
To an it's funny. Like, my youngest son is 8, and he's all about it. My older two are 16 and 13, and they're not very impressed with that anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
I can say that my 15-year-old became our 500th
follower
on Instagram.
Hey.
Yeah. So
big
good job, Lucy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, not to throw stones, we have good parenting and parenting that needs a little work. I get it.
Well, in psychology, it's called authoritarian.
How about your other two guys? Are they proud of Dad? Are they fans of Dad's music? Or-
Yeah, I mean I have a 21-year-old. She's in the Army. She's killing it in heaven.
Wow.
And
Thank you.
she was our original merch girl. She's been to a ton of our shows. She was a huge supporter, still is. But now she's serving and doing that thing. So I got my son is starting to get into it. He understands it. My 15-year-old. I have a 13-year-old daughter who I brought to that show at Sweeney's for the first time. It was the first show she had been to.
Wow.
And she's been all about it ever since.
And she filmed our.
Oh, she did. She filmed one of our videos, but for Brackish. But yeah, it's like, and then my 3-year-old is probably one of our biggest fans. Every time I'm in the car, Dad, can you play your music? Can you play your music, Dad?
Wow.
And sometimes he calls it the Dino songs, or for whatever reason he calls it Dino songs. But
Everything's dinosaur to a kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he hears.
Everything.
He hears dinosaur music when he hears our music. But whatever. But so yeah,
Dinos are metal.
yeah, they are. You don't get much more metal than T-Rex. You know
No,
what I'm
you
saying?
really don't.
True.
You don't.
It's Kurt going.
So we got one dad left, Jordo, I believe. How's it making out with the kids at home?
My daughter's 12, and she says it's really good, but it's not her style. And my son Xavier, he's my roadie at home. He helps me unload
Aw.
the gear after a show the next day into the basement. He's almost 5, so.
Aw.
And that's the hard work. So shout out. See, somebody's really mastering the fatherhood because roading and carrying equipment is. I watch guys coming in and out with equipment. I just feel so bad because I'm there just to be a big mouth and get on the mic. I'm like, look at these suckers bringing us in.
That's what he does.
That's his job. Yeah.
Aw.
I love that part. Yeah, it's awesome.
Right? I had one band one time like, "Hey, give me a hand." I'm like, "Me?" And I just made some excuse why I walked away. That shit is hard. I give you credit.
Okay. I
Like,
have the
You
unloading
deserve to be able to
process.
do that. Like you don't find much. The dedication you have to local original music is. I've never seen anything like it, and it's amazing.
And thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
it, dude. Yeah.
Because
Thank
it is
you.
hard for original bands. Like it's hard to
Seriously.
get gigs. It's hard to make money. It's hard to keep it together, and to have something like this where you're going on 300 shows supporting it. I know you. It's not just a show either. I think the day at Sweeney's, you were leaving Sweeney's to go down to Havertown to the Rusty
Yeah.
Nail to watch
That's
more
sorry.
local bands.
Just to
Yeah,
watch
I
it, dude,
did.
like that's incredible.
Right.
You
Um,
got a commitment to it, and it's awesome.
we always joke on certain like anniversary shows, and all, I tend to get a little weepy, a little teary eyed. I can't tell you because Harken's badass, and I don't want to look weak in front of badass dudes.
Your
So I'm not
beard will make
crying.
up for it. Your beard will make up for it. You're
Dude,
good.
I'm a Harry
not
Potter Lord of the
crying.
Rings nerd, dude. You ain't got to worry about that.
I cried on my way up here.
Well, Harken is going to have a new song called "My Tears Fall to My Beard."
I like that. I mean, Matt's got a little something
We're
starting there.
working
To,
I'm catching up, Jeff. I'm catching up.
there you go. I'm just letting mine get ridiculous, and my wife digs it. My grandmother-in-law hates it, and my brother hates
yeah.
it, and my brother says I look like.
Shih Tzu.
My brother always calls me Brandon Marsh. He's like, "You look like Marsh, dude. Shave it."
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I like Marsh. And you guys talk about nerd stuff. I'm sitting in front of a wall full of Funko Pops, so you ain't gonna be a bigger nerd than that. I always tell my wife, not to worry about me cheating, because if I bring some girl downstairs, like, look at this friggin' nerd with all these Funko Pops.
How old are you? Just kidding.
Right,
No,
man.
nerd on, everybody. Seriously, people that aren't nerds are the actual
Hey.
wizards.
Exactly.
I got the new Kelsey leg. Kelsey came, so.
Hey,
Wow.
congrats. Congrats. Okay.
The legend.
So we talk about getting on stage, and I ask this question a lot about pre-show rituals. And I went to see a band. I don't want to call them out because the lead singer is awesome, but before the show, she waited in line in the bathroom, went in the bathroom, and puked. And I said, "What was that?" She's like, "Every show, I get the nerves, I get sick." Do you guys have any pre-show jitters, nerves, any ritual you do to get yourself ready, or you just kind of like just hit stage? Besides wrapping your knees up and all that good stuff.
The hardest part is building up to it. I mean, once it starts, it's all natural. It's rocking and rolling. Like besides the set list, like in what order we're gonna go in, nothing's really planned. We just let it rip. I don't know if it's nerves. Like it's more just anticipation. Like I'm ready to go.
Five.
That was easier as a younger man when like I would party a lot more. Now that's not as much of a thing in my life at all. So it's more anticipation. Like once I get there, I'm ready to go.
Respect.
And then that's how it is for me. I do a lot of stretching. I jump up and down. I try and get loose because I know I'm going to move around a lot.
Yeah, he's very active on stage.
I'm probably going to knock
Yes.
a wire out
Yep.
or knock a cymbal over at some point. They're usually pretty prepared for that.
Yep.
Plug all the guitars.
Unplug the guitars. It happens.
It might be ADHD, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know.
It's all part of it. How about I'm going to get a little answer from Moise. I want the rest of you three others to get in there with little pre-show rituals or nerves, and because everybody has a different approach.
I mean, I was sweating earlier just saying I'm back
When
in now.
Same.
We first started playing shows again. Kurt and I was 2019, 2018, something like that was our first show together. And that was the first show I had done in years. It was the first show I ever played in my life sober. And I got stage fright for the first time ever in my life because I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get up and play. No, it took a lot of getting used to. Now it's just I just breathe and pray, and like Kurt, I get loose, I warm up, and then once we get that first note, it's just like I played sports my whole life. It's like once you get that first play out of the way, you're just playing a game. Now we're Harken playing music after that first note's played. But the lead up to it is the worst. But now I learned how to breathe, and now at this point, it's just fun. I love being in the environment. I love being around the guys. I love being around the crowd, seeing the other bands. Like now it's fun. We're like for the first year or two, it was kind of nerve wracking getting back into playing music live, you know?
Fun is what it's about, and your passion is what it's about.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know with me, it's basically the drums. I'm always anxious about what kind of set is going to be at any given place. Sometimes they give you some good stuff, sometimes not so good stuff. So I try to bring as much as I can, but I don't like the part setting up. I feel rushed. I feel nervous, especially if we have a band after us and we have a short amount of time. But it also similar to one of those things, like the guy said, once you get your thing set up, at least to where you know you can get through a show, and once that first thing goes off, especially in this band in this past couple of years playing these shows, I'm smiling back there. I'm having more fun, and I have more gratitude from this band. I guess maybe be a little older, a little more mature. And I mess up on a drum fill. I just laugh it off and look at the guys, and we're all back on, and we just keep it moving. And so it's kind of like they said, as soon as we're ready and I feel like the drums are okay and I'm in a good position, then it's showtime, and everything, all that weight is gone, and we're ready to play and just have fun with it. And it's
Awesome. Last but not least.
Well, I used to sacrifice a goat in the woods.
Knew it.
Can't do that anymore. Drench myself in the goat's blood.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Well,
Make sure you thank the goat on the album, though. By all means.
The goat's definitely getting a shot out.
What's a good picture? I can see that.
Nah, nothing really, just other than the goat.
I feel like we're prepared too. We're prepared. We know. I think we're confident in what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about mistakes or missing things. Like I think we're very prepared. We know what we're going to do. If anything, maybe we know where common mistakes might come and are prepared.
Mm-hmm.
We are musicians playing live. We are not perfect by any means. And
Just
sometimes
ask.
that that rawness is a part of the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we're as prepared as we can be. So there's a level of confidence once it starts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know where these guys are going to be. They know where I'm going to be in the songs. Like I don't have any doubt. Like when I go to hit a change, that they're all going to be hitting the same change at the same time. Like, and that as a musician, that pays dividends because I don't have to worry about them at all. I can just
That's
so when I play live,
a good
I like
feeling.
to like immerse into the music that we're making, and like I can just pay attention to like what's happening all around me and get involved. As excited as you get, Jeff, like I like to get that kind of excited. And when I don't have to worry about like what notes they're going to hit or where they're going to be in the song, I know they're going to be there. Then it's like, wow, I'm there with you, brother. We're rocking
Like a
out.
real team. Like it's not a team. It's a band. Like
Yeah.
that's band team. I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
And that makes sense though, and I get what you're saying. And I always say, like once you come on our show, you're like family. You guys become a family. You have the trust factor and the on the same page kind of thing. And I don't get excited. I get geeked. I call it geeked. I get geeked to watch.
You get geeked.
I do. I get geeked to watch bands play every time. When I announce a band and I get to announce and I tell everybody and then I jump off that stage, I immediately spin and get right to it. Like some people are like, "Why you go? You announce? You don't even sit down and relax." I'm like, "No, I announce," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't want to miss a second," so I run down and get ready. So I feel that.
Absolutely.
What's next, guys? You hear a lot of bands talk about hundreds of songs in their arsenal and more to come. Is there more EPs, more albums, more hitting the road? What do you got coming up next?
We were actually just in the studio Saturday. We like to. We didn't want to wait too long, but we also wanted to try something a little different. So we went in on Saturday. We recorded 2 songs, and we did them live. So we went into a professional studio and recorded 2 songs. We didn't break it down. We played together, recorded them live straight through. So there's probably gonna be a very quick turnaround on those. We've heard rough mix of them, and they're nice and raw. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just us jamming with a very good recording. We also are currently working on. I mean, we probably got 4 or 5 songs we're putting our effort into at the moment.
Currently working on.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We try not to make it too overwhelming. They get lost in the sauce, I think. So that we just keep a solid number that we can concentrate on and put our heart into each one and make sure they're what we want. It's not rushed. It's not drawn out. It's our
Manageable.
pace. Yeah.
I have a question. I have to get it out.
You're dying to get this out. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm so sorry. It's just been burdening me. Which one of you is the perfectionist when it comes to like all in all?
Oh, that's good.
Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he hates everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff's part of the band. Jeff's already become part of the band now. Just by saying that. That's,
I have a problem with always thinking things can be better, and
I
I want to
understand. Not a
improve
problem.
everything that I hear all the time, no matter where it comes from or who's doing it. I hear something, and I'm like, well, how can we make that better? And that can get annoying as I've learned to some people. So I try to reel it back a little bit. But yeah, my initial thing is always like, we can make that better. We can make that better. We can make that better. And
Right.
sometimes I just got to sit back and say, hey, I just have to remember that like it's not just me, it's all of us. We're all putting our own 2 cents in there and kind of just let it be while also making the best, music we can make.
And that's awesome. And knowing is half the battle.
Sure.
Coming from someone that is allegedly a perfectionist as well in some ways, I guess.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a good word. I got to tell you, though, if you guys are perfectionists and ever want to doubt yourselves, don't start your own podcast. Me and Tina were talking about before. From years back in the beginning, she's like, oh, I did this and I didn't feel right. I'm like, oh, in the beginning, I felt horrible doing this. Like, I've listened to myself, I'm like, man, what are you talking about? But now we've channeled it. We've come to a great find. My wife said, you and the bands, this has become your calling. Like, you found a direction. Guys, you were incredible. Like I said, 300 episodes coming up, 300 guests, undefeated, 299-0. We've never had a bad one yet.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys have been, you guys have been sensational. And I thank you so much for being extremely receptive. Like, even before I met you, you're like, we want to do the show, too. And I'm like, well, these fools have no idea what they're lining up for. But you came out here, you showed great enthusiasm. We've been great in touch in getting this set up, and I thank you so much. Already passed the half hour. It goes so fast when you have great guests. I want to tell everybody out there, I know, right? It just flies by. You can find Harken on Facebook at Harken Rocks,
Harken.
Instagram at Harken Music, Spotify and Apple Music, of course, is Harken, Harken. Subscribe to their YouTube. That is one of the biggest things you can do for anybody. Subscribe on their YouTube.
Do it.
allmylinks.com/Harken the Band. The new stuff is out right now on Apple Music and Spotify. Of course, the brand new EP, self-titled Harken, the brand new song When I Arrive. We're going to play Sunrise and Shadows in a few minutes.
Nice.
Guys, I want to thank you all for coming on. I can't wait to see us. And, you got more recordings. Let's do it again in a couple months. Let's bring it back and let's talk more about it because this was a lot of fun.
We'd love
And
to.
like I said, like my wife says, like she goes to these metal shows and she's like, "Aren't you afraid of some of these dudes? Like they all look like big and tough and scary." I'm like, "You'd be amazed when they come on here. It's a whole different ballgame." I'm the tough one.
She fit right in.
She did. She fit right in.
right in with us.
That's
She-
hot peppers.
Yeah, she fit right in.
Absolutely, it's always a great thing. And I know my wife's watching upstairs. I can't wait to see Harken. I love those guys. I've turned into a fan as well. Guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a
Thank
great
you.
evening. We'll
Thank
be
you,
in
Jeff.
touch
Thank you,
soon.
Tina.
And keep rocking, dude. Keep killing it because a lot of people in the scene are asking about your name. And we are too. We'd love to see more. Harken, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a little round of applause.
Harken. Yes, let's
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for everything you do, brother.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Have
for your show.
And thank you, Tina.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Tina. Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
Thank
Yo,
you very
show,
much.
Harken. Love you all.
thank
Love
you.
you
Have
too.
have a great night.
Thanks.
That was Harken, everybody. And Tina, I got to tell you,
I got a
And I
little
don't-
excited.
I no good. Be excited. I love that, and I don't want to undercut anybody. And I know Jewel has been my right hand for many of these episodes, and she does it great as well.
She does.
When I get a band like this, like Harken, we had talked about them coming on for a while. We set this up for a while. So when Jewel said, like, Jewel's got some ailments, she's like, look, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm like, all right, I need somebody A+. I need somebody good to come out and show these guys how Yo Show does it. Your name came to mind first. I know we had talked about getting you back into it, slowly learning and doing it again, getting you back in front of camera. And I got to tell you, like, you came up first and said, I want somebody great who I know will share the enthusiasm and have fun. Somebody who's
I know
beautiful.
what I'm going into. I know. Thank you. Thank
somebody
you.
beautiful
Like,
inside and out. Like your inside warmth, your outside delivery. You're like perfect for this. And I know you said there's hiccups. You're
don't
perfect
make
for
me
it.
cry. I'm
Good.
like,
Cry. I
don't.
want you to.
no. I have cut that part out of my nose. Seriously, though, that is beyond heartwarming. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Just being accepted back into the space after like making like a lot of promises, like I'm coming back and I'm going to do stuff. Like I had every intention to.
Sure.
But you know how life does get in the way, and emotions and feelings, depending on the type of person you are, get in the way,
Sure.
or business gets in the way. And I'm not going to say kids get in the way, but they make it a little more difficult with hobbies, but they don't get in the way. I love my kids so much, but it's just like all of the little nuances of life. Like it's just life though, and we're just living it. We're here to live this human experience, and I am so beyond appreciative. But I mean, this honestly was probably the best way to get me back in to feeling like to myself.
Sure.
Base. So I'm very excited, and obviously anyone watching saw, because I was like, I gotta say something. Like I'm sorry. I did not mean to overtake some of I get excited, like just
Nah, that's the way and it's a little bit of the beauty of it, to tell you the truth. And because I told the guys, I said, tonight won't be Jewel, tonight will be Tina, and I haven't done a show with Tina in years. So sometimes we may talk over each other, into each other. But that's the beauty. It's live. You get your thoughts out and you want to say something, and I love it. Sometimes it comes out too fast, or sometimes it doesn't come out at all, and you're like, I wish I would have said that. But it's live, it's raw, it's real. This is our emotion. That's obviously your emotion. It's my emotion. That, like the guy said, we like to be as excited as Jeff is. That blows my mind because I do. I get excited for
I
this.
loved that. Was such an awesome compliment. I'm sure that really meant so much to you. Like that, like I felt your happiness from that. That was like such a great thing to say, because it's so true. Like you have this energy all the time. It's very consistent. Like no matter what, we don't even know what all you might be going through whenever, because you are here to have fun. This is what you love. This is your passion, it's your hobby, and it's everything. And I love that. And the fact that they said that, like, you know, we really appreciate you for like going out and finding bands, and like you're on a mission. I love that. That's your mission, and that's what you're here for. In episode 300, everybody looking 300. That is a big deal. Like you should be so proud for you and for you and Jewel, like the entirety of it all, like and all the great people you've had on. I am so happy to see you still kicking butt.
Thank
I'm a
you.
mom.
I thank you very much. One of the fun things we do on these number anniversaries is I type in the name of every single person that's ever been on, and it runs down the bottom scroll. And then me and Jewel announce it, and she's like, "You're crazy. That's the dumbest idea ever. We're talking 300 now." I'm like, "I don't care. I'm going to give everybody a little shout out, and we're going to run it down the bottom scroll like we always do." It's just a lot of fun. And like I said, in the beginning, it was people like you in the beginning. And again, I mentioned names: Maria Daniels and Helen Edwards and Jeff Dwoskin and Jeff Revia and you that were part of Indie Pod. And they said, "Look," and you even told me, like, "Look, there's more now. You don't have to apologize on this show."
There's too many. Nigel? Yeah, there's so many people. Oh my
Nigel,
gosh.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot I forgot. And I started bringing new people into this world too, like horror actress Lydia Manson. I adore Lydia. I don't know if you've ever seen her.
She's so cool.
She's great, and she started doing shows. Now she's on another show. She does like some kind of paranormal stuff. And she said, I wasn't even thinking about really getting into this until I did yours and realized, hey, this is something I enjoy. So I love that. I love bringing people in this. And as I always say, Tina, it's a community, not a competition.
Absolutely. And that's the whole point of Indie Pods, which I also want to revive. Just saying, I'm not going to make promises because I've done that before and failed. I am going to promise that, yes, I am coming out with my podcast, and that is happening. That's why I'm here, because this is everything that has led up to this moment happened for a reason. Strongly believe in that. I've had a very great friend of mine help me set this all up. A lot of things happened that have gotten me to this place in this chair right now. You inviting me on the show right now. Jewel, I'm sorry that you're sick, but you being sick helped me too in a weird way. And that's not a negative thing. That's a positive thing.
Right.
I hope you are feeling so much better, by the way. And everything just leads up to where it needs to, it ends up where it needs to be. You just got to give it time and have patience, which I didn't have the most patience back in the day, but I am having a lot of patience with a teething baby and a 5-year-old.
And you're doing great at it. You really are. And parenting is a hard part, and it's something you do well. And like I said, you wear the smile, you go out and do the thing, and we watch you, and I watch your successfully doing. And even today, you're like, I'm kind of trying to go to the gym. Got my baby here. Can I let you know in an hour? And within 5 minutes, like, I'm locked in. I'm like, okay, that was quick. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's.
I was excited. Like you invited me, and I was like, "Let's go." Okay.
I'll just say that I was excited to get your okay. I really was.
I didn't want to let you down, and I was not going to. I was like, "This is happening. This has to happen. This is all leading up to something. It's all happening."
Your next big move, which we will be there for.
One of my next big moves would be to actually just 1 second. Like, can I have like 10, 20 seconds?
Well, we're going to play a song. So if you got something you have to do quickly, we could do that. We're going to play Sunrise and Shadows by Harken. I'm going to load it up quick. This is another one off their new EP. Self-titled Harken. Turn up the volume. It's about 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm going to play it right now. Another one from Harken, Sunrise and Shadows. This is live Tuesday night with Jeff and special guest co-host Tina. This is the Yo Show. We'll be back in a moment. Enjoy live. Yo.
Sunrise, oh, can it be? Can it be what I've been known? In the sunlight, oh, can it be? Can it be what I've been known? Hey, oh, in the sunrise, I don't belong, no. Hey, oh, in the sunrise, I don't belong, no. shadows. So can it be? Can it be what I belong? Hero in the shadows, as I belong. Hero in the shadows, yes I belong. Hero, yes I belong. Hero, yes I belong. Yes, I belong. When does stop to become the norm? When does stop to become the norm? Here I stand to the sunlight goes. Here I stand to the shadows fall. Yes, I belong. In the sunrise, in the sunrise, yes, I belong.
Rock solid ending, rock solid song. Sunrise and Shadows is Harken. Tina, you might be on mute. Yes, you are.
I am well aware because I was maybe like sometimes I blurt out like, "Oh, awesome," or something, and I didn't want to ruin the song.
Nah, absolutely not. That's the way we love it. A little bit of commentary mid-song. Never hurt anybody. Shows your love for it, and a lot of love for Harken. And I agree. And I like what you do in the comments section. You thanked him and you tell him to stay awesome. And even this one, we'll be back. Everyone stick around. You know, sometimes people are like, and I was told this way back, like, oh, the beginning, like the intro song, you play it too long, people think that's the show. I'm like, well, no, it's the intro music.
Come on, people. We don't live on YouTube.
Right.
I love YouTube Shorts, but we don't like our attention span needs to. We need to work
Little,
on that.
little bit. Music is part of the show. And
Yes,
I've
that's the
had
show.
bands because YouTube is the easiest way to transition music into the show. And I've had bands give me like a world premiere. I'm like, you got to do me a favor. You got to come up with a YouTube short of it, or you got to come up with a YouTube version, make it private, so I can have it. Because nothing else works on this StreamYard. It's very difficult to load music, but
Well, once you download it, like then I guess you could take it and they can crop it or however.
Yeah,
crop it.
probably.
Crop the picture.
crap. I got to tell you what, after all these years that people think I'm some kind of tech genius, I'm not. I basically flip a couple buttons and StreamYard does the rest. I'm still not, you know.
StreamYard is awesome. I will never be able to back away from it. Like that's why me and Twitch were not working out personally. Like I love technology. I think it's awesome. We have made great strides, but I have everybody, we all have lots of other things to do. Most people, some of us have to work and children and stuff like that. And, we got to also look pretty, like Jeff is doing a great job at that. And
It's like my lighting ever.
yeah, you also may be a perfectionist.
No.
Well, the beard is pretty perfect.
The beard's like the only thing I make sure is like on point. Other than that, everything
That's
else
what I'm
is-
saying. Like I'm saying like that's what I was alluding to is the beard is there it is.
I'm going to tell you one thing that hasn't changed after all these years, Tina. When you give me a compliment, I still gush and blush and get a little bit nervous because
Oh my goodness. I got so nervous before I came on the show. I literally was sweating.
me, little old me.
There's a fan on still. Like I was nervous. Yeah. This is a good
Aw.
show. Like this is the people that you've had on here are incredible. Like I mentioned earlier, and I believe I probably have repeated myself in the couple years ago when I said the same thing because I feel the same way. It doesn't the same feelings are here. Awesome show. Just awesome. You're doing such
Thank
a
you.
great job. Keep it up and keep bringing these awesome indie and non-indie people too, like guests
Sure.
coming on the show because you never know, like they're gonna blow up, you're gonna blow up, whether or not we do, we're having fun. That's the main goal here, and
Agreed.
it's just such a great time. This is a great show to be on. Like if you don't want to cry,
Thank you. God, you're allowed to cry here. I do it sometimes. And I've had like people say like, oh, I look at this episode and got under 100. Like, how do you deal with that? I don't. I could do this for one person. I could do this for 1,000 people. Like I said,
right?
I've had hundreds. I've had thousands. I had 15,000, and I've had like 50. It happens, but
And you're
well,
just yourself, like you're
yeah,
being you, and those are the people that watch you that you're like, those are real friends. Like they're not fans, those are friends. Like those people are there for you, they're supporting you sometimes more than friends in real life do. Like I put quotes around both of those things because that's just sometimes how it feels, like personally.
and that's okay.
Yeah, and I really am totally okay with that. I actually prefer it this way.
Sure. I'm with you. And like I said, when I do Wednesday nights, one of the goals was to do guest co-hosts on Wednesday night to get new people into this field and bring their friends in so new people will get involved in this. And that's great. And I love that. But when the Tuesday night comes, again, I don't look for just anybody. No offense to people who've been on Wednesday. Wednesday means a lot to me too, but Tuesday is just like a little certain something because it's always Jules' spot. So to be in Jules' share, that's
Oh,
it's a little special. And trust me, she
I
loves
want to
you.
hug
She
her.
Oh, we all want to hug her. She came out and said, tell Tina I love her. I miss her. Thank her for taking the spot. Like I said, if it would have been just anybody, she would have been like, eh. When I said to her earlier, because she showed me her
Oh,
hospital band, she's like, I've been sick, man. I'm down. I'm down for the night. And I said, well, looks like I got Tina. She's perfectly
Jewel,
fine.
Jewel, I am sending you so much love and good energy right now. Later, I will play my
Thank you.
Nepalese singing bowl and literally send you good vibrations, actual ones, not just saying the words. It's not just Facebook words. Like I am sending you all of the vibes. Okay, Jewel, you get better. We need you. We love you. Beautiful, beautiful person. She's beautiful. I love her.
She is beautiful inside out, quite an
Yes.
amazing person. Once again, for you out there who are new to Tina, Instagram, Asian Ranch Sauce. Follow because she's going to have a lot of great stuff coming out. And again,
Soon,
it is the greatest Instagram handle on earth. No offense to anybody else. Asian Ranch Sauces. And I remember years back when you told me that was like your thing, and I was just like blown away by it. But that's cool though. People talk about it like a brand or a name. That's extremely unique, but very cool.
Thank you. And I will always have the same response for why it is that. It's very basic, but it's just like, I mean, who doesn't love ranch? And also, I'm half Asian and I live on a ranch and it kind of just works. So for now, yeah, go follow me. But what Jeff is saying is true. As I get ready to get my podcast going and everything again, here entering the space, once again, thank you again, Jeff. Like, seriously,
Certainly.
for letting me be here. I will be posting a lot more frequently, and you still will see my babies. Just saying, but they're cute. It's not going to bother you if you have a problem. Oh well,
Yeah, too bad.
I'm also cute. So, and also I'll be putting on a lot of my stuff for the podcast, which is again very esoteric, philosophical, psychological, a lot of theoretical, a lot of hypothetical. Like I'm about to write a rap song now, essentially.
But
But
the beauty of that is that's, like you said, being you, that's your real emotion. You've been through, and we've talked about things you've been through and gone through and the different emotions you've been through. And I know before you were doing kind of a spiritual thing. So it's not like you just jumped on and said, oh, I'm going to be this person talking about this.
Right.
You
No, this is me.
right, you've been there, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It has made you, dare I say, the perfect person you are today.
Oh gosh, don't say that. But it's made
Okay.
me as a perfect person. I'm trying to get over the fact that will never happen. No, I'm just kidding. I understand that you cannot be a perfect person, and that reminds me of Hoobastank, by the way. I'm not a
Not
perfect person.
You're allowed to sing on this show because you can, and I cannot. People do not want to hear me sing.
Well, I'm not going to keep going. But like, yeah, like it's gonna be a fun one. Like it sounds maybe based on the words I just gave, it might sound a little boring, but it's not because if anyone listened to my old podcast or followed me in any way, shape, or form, you know that I like random quizzes and like, is this true or not type stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's segments, it's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be just like, here is knowledge, here is word. I don't do that. It's actually completely not a part of my spirit or soul. And I am a lifelong studier of psychology. I was in forensic psychology, and I'm on a little bit of a hiatus right now. So that's what I go to school for. And I just fully love psychology, philosophy, anything spiritual, just interested in wisdom. I think that you can never gain too much insight and wisdom. Like having multiple perspectives is a good thing. You don't need to be on any one side in any way, shape, or form. And you can take that how you want it from the macro or the microcosm. And basically, that's probably how I'm going to be talking on the show, but with more of a format.
It's big for the Yo show. Those words. I'm a little befuddled myself. I love it, and I
Oh,
love
be
that.
fuddled.
Befuddled. That's my big word of the day.
It's a
That's
good
how
word.
big I get.
I love that word.
Thank you. Let's talk about. Let's do some topics. And first of all, we always do the happy stuff. We've got to do the sad stuff too. One of my favorite people, rest in peace, actor, comedian Martin Mull, who died a couple days ago. One of the absolute funniest people, and I loved him in a lot of shows he did. Of course, the most recent was Roseanne, where he played Leon, great character. And sad though. And the thing that gets me sad is I realize as I get older, the people I grew up watching start to get older and pass. So
No.
tough loss there. Actor, comedian Martin Mull passing away a couple days ago. Him, Donald Sutherland, man, it happens in threes. So I hate to hear who's going to be next.
Hi, Adam. And that is also up for debate. If we want to talk about my podcast just for one little more second, what you just said about, getting older and dying, I'm not afraid of dying. I feel like we don't really know. There's no way to know what happens. So
No.
a lot of the theoretical stuff that I am alluding to has to do with like what happens, like where are we going to go, and what could be the outcome, and do you create your own reality of what happens to you in the afterlife? And it kind of is like a hopeful thing. So rest in peace to him from this planet in this timeline. And I hope that nobody is like, I remember when Robin Williams passed away. That was a tough one for most of humanity. But I loved Roseanne as a kid. My mom watched it all the time. And so I'm terrible with names, and I cannot put the face with the name, but rest in peace to Martin. How do you pronounce the last name?
Mull.
Mull.
Yeah, Martin Mull.
Yeah, Martin Mull. It's always sad to see someone that you look up to pass.
Agreed. Let's go from the sad news to the good news. I know I love my updates. Our Philadelphia Phillies are winning 5-1 over Chicago Cubs in the bottom of the fifth. Phillies, Tina, if you don't know, have the best record in baseball.
Who?
The Phillies.
I'm just
Best
messing with you.
record I love you for it too.
You put these posts on Facebook about how they're doing so great, and I'm like, and he's like, you're like, oh, what's going on right now? Come on. And I'm like, okay, he is like literally being a football, what do they call it? The person that talks in the background. And he's just
like a color analyst or a sports
commentator.
Commentator, okay.
Yeah. You're like a commentator on your Facebook statuses when it comes to that.
I love it. Baseball, football, I love it. I get into it. I also wanted to say, I didn't want to forget, Adam Kovitz, of course, his great band, Sour Station with the Kids. Happy birthday to your son, Dan. Of course, it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Dan.
From the great Sour Station, one of the great local bands here. We love Adam. We love the boys and the young lady who now sings. Great band, Sour Station. Happy birthday, of course, to Dan. We always get excited. People say to me, Tina, it's like you get in with these bands, you watch them, you have them on the show. Dan, thanks you. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Dan. Love you, man. Love your band a ton. And people say, like, don't you kind of get the feeling like they're kind of like become like your kids? Like you watch these teenagers grow up and become musicians. I don't feel like you're kind of like a dad. I'm like, well, no, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them. I'm a fan of their work. Sure, you worry about them and you watch them graduate high school and you watch them go on and do shows and festivals and contests and all that stuff. That's great. But I'm just a giant fan, Tina. That's what's brought me here all these years, being a big fan, but welcoming in here too with open arms. We love it.
Open arms. Sorry, Journey. Had a
Very
moment.
good.
No, so yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Like, if you're a fan, you're a fan, and I subscribe to some music that a lot of Zennials listen to, and I will not be splurting out here on this podcast, but I listen to a variety of music. I appreciate music. I appreciate the work that goes into it and the dedication that it takes to try just to even put yourself out there. And it's a difficult thing to do. Like stage fright, I think it cures it. Like, honestly, I feel like there's been a lot of stories about like speakers or musicians or actors that literally could not talk well in public. And then they put themselves out there, because that's the first step to any kind of progress, is like being able to put yourself out there and just like do it, get it done. Just put yourself out there. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be looking for numbers. And that's what I understand too. Like, if you love what you do, I was told the other day, if you love what you do, then you will not work a day in your life.
Agreed. And we're starting, because I'm not good at it. Jewel is starting to get the little TikTok thing rolling. And Jewel, when we talk, I want you to go back to this episode and hit that line right there. Don't go chasing numbers. Don't. Numbers will come.
Yes.
People will watch you in different varieties. Like I said, we've had anywhere from 50 to 15,000 on YouTube alone. The numbers will come.
That's big. That's good. And like, numbers will come, and sometimes they don't come. And then you just reassess your situation. And then you look at your analytics and you figure out, what can I do better? How can I make things better? And then you work on that. And then you just keep going. If that's what you love to do, just keep doing it. Never stop. Like, just keep going.
And even if you,
here I am though, now doing it again.
Right. And even if you have, and it's kind of thing that I love when I talk about community and new faces, bringing Tina here tonight, of course, means a lot to me. And then new people like Linda come in and, through the hearts. And new people will watch, and we love that. One number looking forward to, 300, baby. Thank you, dude. That is next week. And let's run down 300 real quick, Tina. And again, we came up with a few names that will be joining us. It is next Tuesday. It is the July 9th. It is the special start time, 7:30. So not 8 o'clock, 7:30, because Jeff's going to go far. The Yo Show's 300th episode with Jessica Hillis, who was, of course, Jessica Morris. Right? She'll be here. She was Morris. Now she's Hillis.
She's Hillis.
And former local TV broadcaster turned preacher and motivational speaker, the great Misha Johnson. She'll be with us. Little pictures of some people coming on. The awesome Miss Sherry Nelson will be joining us again. Sherry is beautiful. She's beautiful and a great soul like you. You do kind of remind me of yourselves the way you are in personality. Sherry is guest co-host. She's been a guest on the show. She's terrific. Troy Bonacore, who is formerly, of course, Troy David Hendrickson of the famed Aunt Mary Pat, the great local comedian who does great impressions. Of course, Miss Troy. He'll be here. He made it huge. He said we were his first show ever. We're going to welcome Troy back. St. Ricketts, the band who has done the theme song. They're back together. They'll be here. We'll be welcoming Eric and Tom from St. Ricketts. The awesome Beatrice Kimmel, who, Tina, she is the head of Impact Public Relations. gives us a lot of these great guests. Maybe I'll even turn you on to her if you're ever interested in some guests, because she has great ones from
So cool.
acting and music and all that. She'll be there. Plus, we're going to play some videos. Going to play some games and more. It's July 9th. Special time will be 7:30, the 300th episode of The Yo Show. Jessica Hillis, Misha Johnson, Troy Bondacore, Sherry Nelson, St. Ricketts, Beatrice Kimmel, music, and more.
All at
Wow.
the same time? All at the same time? Or like
On the
split up?
same on the same show. We're gonna split it. I know. I couldn't. Can you imagine having all them guests on at one time?
Oh my gosh, I
Never gonna-
can't imagine. No, I actually can't.
I have a ridiculous timeline of how I sorted out who's coming on when and all. And it's brutal.
There you
Well,
go.
like I said, if it was up to me, I would do it 24 hours and just have everybody on who has meant a lot to me, like yourself, and like I said, like the podcast family. And me and Drew have talked about that, kind of having a little bit of a early days kind of reunion. Like this will hold 10 people. Have like 10 people come on and just kind of
That's awesome.
play it out.
That's
Where we've
it's
been,
gonna
where
be
we've
a
been.
lot of work on the back end too. Like I'm sure that's gonna be a lot. But
Yeah, I'm used to it.
Sorry.
That's okay. Let me ask you this, because I know we had topics, but I'd rather skew away from the topics and do stuff like this.
Okay.
Um,
I'm like, oh, we're like, okay.
the pyrotechnics
Pyrotechnic.
finale unit. If I could, I would. Trust me.
You'll ruin
So-
the things behind you. You know what?
Yeah, that's about all I got. No, oh God forbid. So
Yeah, seriously.
we'll talk about, and I made a headline for content creating, podcasting, webcasting, etc. What's new, what's different, what's gone. For me, what's gone, kind of like Tina said, chasing the fame, chasing the number. You're not going to come into this and automatically think, I'm going to be Joe Rogan, I'm going to be famous. That don't really work that way. You come out to do it, have fun, find your avenue, like local bands, or like Tina said, like a psychological angle, or an emotional, different
Whatever you
emotions kind of angle. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their thing. To me, that's what's gone. What's different? Not much. I think more real people are getting into it, and there's less, the shock thing is getting, everybody wants to shock you.
Oh, that's a thing now, yeah.
Yeah.
But
like-
nothing's shocking anymore because of that.
right.
in
Everything
my-
is
in
so,
my opinion.
everything is so intended to be shocking that it's not shocking.
And
but
a
let
little
me-
confusing.
A lot of confusing. We'll get to
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
We'll get to that in a moment. But let me ask you, is there ever a guest or an episode or an idea you chased and just didn't accomplish, and you feel like, I wish I would have did it, and maybe now it's past?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. Actually, I did go into this as I don't remember if I told you this. I just randomly was like so bored and I just needed to do something. And I did not know anything almost about podcasting at all. And then I got like real hyper focused on it because I was like, I'm going to write a blog. And everyone was like, no, you really need to do this. And so I
Yeah.
kind of took that advice and just ran with it. And I got super obsessed with it. And I'm still obsessed with it. And I kept trying to get back into it. But things get in the way. And you can't give your all, just like you can't give your all like if you have kids or when or if or whatever, whoever's watching, you cannot give your all and all the love. Hi, Mark. I love Mark Mucci to your children if you do not have your mind correctly there. Like you need to go in it with passion, like a fury, like passion like a fury. Like we're all going to make mistakes. Mistakes happen all the time. Get over that part. Perfectionism, I don't see it as a problem, but in certain places in life it can be. And this would be one of them. If you were ever looking into getting into podcasting, it might be like, it might make you feel bad if you don't get those numbers, like Jeff was just talking about, like you were just talking about, Jeff. But that is not anything to be concerned about, because once you get those people that just get you, and they exist. I mean, still Indie Pods United, the group on Facebook still exists, and that's still going to get revived at some point. And hopefully Jeff Revilla with Paduti will help that work out.
Paduti.
Maria Daniels, yes. Those are two very great business people. So, I mean, everybody in podcasting kind of has to be a business person to a degree. You've got to have some extent, Jeff, you do a great job of not doing that, and it somehow works for you. So
Thank
that just means that you really have your niche like down. Like you're getting to live your best life. Like
I also have my blush down. If you know, I got a little rosy cheek because I blush.
oh
I do.
yeah,
I have rosy
there you
cheek. I
go.
blush.
There it is. It's not from the espresso thingy you had. What was that?
Maybe it's espresso martini, and hats off to my sister-in-law Brianna. That baby is gone.
Gone. Like last sip. Yeah, it's just like the hot pepper. Like
For those of you out there watching who are in the area and know where Brianna works, don't ask her to do this on a regular basis. This takes work. This isn't a bar drink that you fire up in a minute. It takes work.
it's like one of those ones you set on fire or something. Like
No, but it's a little bit of work, and she does an excellent job. She's a very talented individual. She cooks well.
very cool.
She is.
I love
She's
that.
no, she's got her. Everybody's got certain talents in certain ways, and sometimes you don't know. And they always say you don't know somebody till you like live with them or they stay with you, etc. You learn. She's an excellent cook, great with the drink. She's got 3 kids. They're active boys. 3 boys. So it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but she
Oh, yeah.
handles it. It's tough.
Oh yeah, it's tough, but it's worth it. And we're raising people that have children know that we are raising the next generation, and we need
Yeah.
to be careful. Mhm.
I always
We
joke
need to be
around.
careful.
The Yo show is going to go on forever, and it's going to be my nephew Robert and Jules' daughter Joey are going to take over the reins.
Hey, make it your reality. That is it. You just envisioned it. Neville Goddard would say, like, if you can, you imagine that you were already there. And these are things that I'll also talk about on my podcast, but you imagine that you're already there, that you already have it. Feel that feeling, and you will have it. You can't feel
Sure.
that.
And I like how Adam said that 3 boys is a lot of work. I know you have boys, but you're also in teaching. I believe you're principal, correct? So you have multiple children on a daily basis that you have to keep in line, and they're not yours. You have to watch how you keep them in line. That's even more difficult.
It's in this day and age, I bet it's very, very difficult because people have these, like, ever since the pandemic, children seem to have kind of unfortunately stopped caring as much about school.
Teacher of engineering.
Wow,
That's
teacher of engineering. Okay, well then they're serious and they're not gonna do what I just said.
True. That's a whole different ballgame. I never knew I never knew the subject, but wow.
Engineering, love it. I respect the heck out of engineers.
Sure.
Awesome.
When you talk to Adam, you feel the brilliance. He speaks well, always very creative, a lot of great ideas, and it feeds off you. So you do a really good job. Your kids are usually pretty good. I'm blessed. You are, man. You're a great individual, and also another guy who's big to the local music scene. And I thank you for tuning in.
Cool.
I do.
Very, very cool. So what for you, Jeff, because it has been so long. So I appreciate you sharing with me that the numbers thing is not a thing for you anymore. I think that's awesome. That is huge strides for anybody that ever gets to that point. Like, it isn't about that because the numbers will come when you stop caring. It's kind of like a philosophy. Hey, nerds for life, dude.
Nerds for life.
Literally, like, don't make me do weird nerdy things on camera.
Harken liked it. Harken liked when you said that.
I couldn't. That was just like an accident. Like, my hands were just like I couldn't stop myself.
You know what it is though, and this is what makes me laugh. And people said it to me, like, "Oh, I see you with the beard. You come off like a tough guy." And then I watch your show, and you're like this big nerd with toys, and you say goofy things. And it's gotta be. And again, I don't want to put you on the spot or make you blush or anything, but people watch, and like, here's this beautiful girl in Tina, and like, you're proud of being a nerd. And you're laying out your nerdisms and your little quirks. But you know what? It's cool to be real. That's actually. Excuse me for saying it's not meant in any way, but it's one of the sexiest things you can be in life is real.
Authenticity is sexy. Authenticity is definitely a lack. Oh, there's a large lack in that sector.
Right. My wife has never been a fraud. Like I joke with my wife because she'll talk to anybody about anything going for hours. I'm like, what is it with you? She's like, that's me. And she's not fake.
Eric, and I love that. Then you married a good woman. That is a good woman. Eric, I love you. He's doing some really cool stuff. Jeff, do you know about it?
No, I do not. But
He's
Oh,
got like
yeah.
a whole historical house is like super haunted, and he's working on
Ooh.
it, and he's putting it's on his Facebook. Like it's pretty cool. I
People love
have
that stuff.
Oh, but he loves it too. Like he is about it. Like just like you and me with what we have passions for. Like he loves that stuff.
Todd Fry, a great local musician, awesome drummer. He did one of our key concert series with us. I love when the bands come back in, and I love the Tina fan club coming in. And like I said, like I told you today, when you come back in this world, open arms. We're here for you. We will
I
accept you
I'm
to the
so
fullest.
happy. I can literally I'm not going to cry.
You're allowed to cry here. That's the beauty of this show. You can.
But the thing is, I made a promise to myself and I'm sticking to it as much as Glenda, you guys, like stop. No, but seriously, Jeff, 299th episode, 300 next week, 300 episodes. That is so much work. I hope everybody understands that. Like if you're just now here, 300 episodes, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Thank you. We've doubled up on some of the guests. We have some guests twice, but a lot of them are like first timers. So it does take work. And you send the email out, and there's no better email or no better feeling than an email that says, "Yeah, I'll do your show." No matter who it is, if it's a local band, if it's a nationwide actor, if it's a bigger band, etc., whatever it is.
It's just a yes.
Right, just a yes. And like I said about
good way.
right. Like I talk about bands about, man, you put your music out, how's it feel to put yourself out? A lot of people say you put yourself out too. You leave an email about your product, your show, and you say, "Will you come on?" You're laying yourself out there big time, and
You are.
I've
Yeah,
got
'cause
the nose.
Controversy can occur at any point. Somebody might get like, if you're not about it, like political, and it might make things awkward, but like you carry yourself very well. You and Jewel have done such a great job at being who you are and what the Yo Show is about. And I completely respect how you go about this show and doing things and just being yourselves. And that is like the beauty of it and the beauty of the indie space and like the respect and the difference of opinion that exists in that space and in podcasting in general. Like when you're not like a star just Joe Rogan, like that is unparalleled. Like we almost don't have that kind of connection with people anymore like we used to. I think it's definitely like in anybody that has like special hobbies of any sort, even if it's not podcasting, I think they always find a way to bind together. And like that's what life should be about. It's like more about like let's all get together. And like the Beatles, like all you need is love. Literally, like we just love each other, and sometimes there are little tiffs and things happen, and it is like a family, and that's fine. We all get over it. We're all here for the same reason because we have passion and a hobby and a love for what the craft is, whatever the craft may be.
And you'll see the people who.
Hi, John.
Yeah, John was another one. Great to see. Great to see Tina back. Agreed. We need to bring Indie Pods United back. I agree. We're going to work on that. It's a shame we don't all have the money to fly out to Pittsburgh and all sit in Jeff's new studio because I think it's gorgeous. I would love to.
Yes.
I would love
Don't
to
get me
sit
all
there.
hyped up. I'm
hyped up. I'm not far.
I'm gonna get real hyped up.
It's a 4-hour drive for me. I can make it happen.
No, I will literally go. Like I will go there. I'm going to go there because I said something to him the other day. He said road trip exclamation point. That's all he had to say. I'm like, yep. No, honestly, there's quite a few of my favorite people are in that area. And that's happening. And he was trying to help me with a project with Glenda, who has been in the comments with our films that we have going on. And I was not in a good headspace. Like it was bad. Like I said, I was crying and stuff. And he was there, very patient. I had very good ideas. I just couldn't finish on them. And now to see what he went from, what you have gone from, what you, Maria, and everybody that Eric, all of you in podcasting, honestly, there's not one person that I can think of that has not grown exponentially, like from that scene, from that moment in time. And that is, to me, even though I was the one that didn't, here I am now to do again.
Well, I want you to know when you say that, but I want you to know that every piece of new accomplishment that I have, you're a part of. And like I said, 'cause once you're here, your family, you've been a part of our family here from the beginning. And everything that we do well, we include you as part of it. And like I said, the OGs from the beginning. It's, Phil, another great local artist. Phil, thank you for tuning in. So, Tina, I celebrate 300 and I celebrate 301 and 302, etc. with you and everything we've been through. You and everybody. I joked around for a while. Maria kind of became my unofficial counselor. Like, I would go to Maria and be like, this is happening, this ain't right. And she'd be like, all right,
She's
let's.
incredible. She has
Oh,
a
she
lot of
is.
kids. She has
I
a lot
mean,
of kids. And she's
yeah,
beautiful and she's smart and she's such a great businesswoman. It's like, wow.
Yeah, she
how?
became, I always use the phrase, she became my talk off the ledge person. Like, I've had rough moments and I went to her and said, look, I got this and this going on. She goes, well, let me tell you. And she'll take the
I
time
love
to
that.
text it out and chat it out,
I
and
know.
you are
No.
precious as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Glenda, it's very precious.
That means everything.
Let me just tell you something. She writes music too, by the way. It's country
it.
though, Jeff. I apologize.
Let's get him here, Phil. Let's get Jin Mill,
Who is
on the
Jim?
program.
King A.
Another local band. Eric, of course, it's some of us owe Tina, Jeff, Maria, Cammie, of course, let's not forget her, and many others. A huge debt of gratitude for helping us out in the beginning and taking us under your wings as baby podcasts. I was a baby, and when I was a baby, a lot of these people like Maria and Tina are like, man, your show's good. You get a lot of people to watch, and your YouTube does well. I'm like, okay, I'm just being me. And then everybody was nice enough to like have moments and interview us, and it meant a lot. Kinsey King, another great local artist. I love the great local artists are popping tonight. Tina, you're allowed to cry, Tina, because like I said, this is part of you, what we do. Oh, you went from cry to.
I am
Glamour.
not. No. There's tears are in my eyes. I just have fake eyelashes on.
Gotcha. We're not even going to do topics tonight because topics are going to get.
I mean, yeah, he brought up, like, I saw something about WWE, and all I know is I got to see WrestleMania 38. It was awesome, and Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, and everybody was there, and it was freaking sweet.
I love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm just saying, and I got to see it in Texas, and nobody expected it. It wasn't even on the roster, and I got to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Like, acknowledge me. Sorry, the nerd. Nerd came out.
I didn't know you were a big wrestling fan like that.
I lived in the Philippines for a while, and so my cousins were all dude cousins mostly somehow, and we all just like loved to watch wrestling. Yeah, so
But let's talk about it. Let's get to that because to me this is very intriguing.
Okay.
In 2025, Triple H, who now runs the company, does a great job.
Yeah.
Him and his wife Stephanie have signed an agreement with Netflix, and they said wrestling will become uncensored. Now, I remember back in the Stone Cold era and all, it was called the Attitude Era, where they said things across the line. They did things across the line, like women, silhouettes of half-naked women, etc. And that all went away, and they said it was kind of like the calm era. But now it's coming back to Netflix, and it's going to have cursing and racy storylines, and maybe even nudity. Who the hell knows?
Oh,
To
I don't know
me,
what that means.
well, uncensored, like you're going to hear cursing. Like when somebody curses on TV, they blurt it out. The other day, like a fan gave a finger, they blurted it out. Now you're going to see all that. You're going to hear all the rawness from the fans. The wrestlers are going to be using language. May even see like some of the female wrestlers might be like half naked. Who the hell knows?
Well, I've seen it a lot on YouTube, at least. Like, I got to see, like, there are some weird things out there, like, twisted off. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
And here's what sounds, to me it sounds great, because I love that era when Stone Cold and The Rock and all that would say whatever's on their mind.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking of the young fan. Like, how's the young fan going to be able to approach a Netflix uncensored kind of raunchy program?
Well, maybe they should not watch it. And also, maybe this is more of a nostalgia thing, because if they are younger, just like with music and bands and stuff, I don't think maybe they'll even be that interested to click on it.
Maybe. That's actually a good point. And maybe they should kind of change, because there's going to be programs on like USA and stuff still. It's a little more toned down. Maybe that's what your kids should be watching, not the uncensored. And I've had people,
yeah.
and my good friend Ray Chase, who's to the Happy Hour podcast, he recently,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he recently stopped and went to Happy Hour Productions, so he produces stuff now. But he started doing he would record it live, put one recording that was clean on YouTube, and put the real raunchy stuff on another platform where you could see all the dirtiness. And I was part of one of the dirty episodes.
That's kind of cool.
Wow. Oh, the
That's kind of
dirty
interesting.
the dirty episode was kind of raunchy. I mean, raunchy. Like
Well,
it was a little painful.
I don't even know what that could mean, but you don't have to go into detail. It's fine.
Right, I
So-
won't.
Yeah,
I
don't.
won't. Because I want you to come back
My
sometime.
ears
and-
might hurt. Ow.
I want you to come back and do this sometime with us because there's nights
judgment.
where Joel can't make it. And I always like to have a possible backup or standby. And of course, I would love for you to do it because I've had such a blast tonight. And it's memory lane a little bit,
Yeah, it
which
really
sounds
is.
crazy because it feels like
Circle of
yesterday
life.
that we. Right, it feels like yesterday that we started this, and here we are, like going on 300
Completely
episodes.
different places of life. 300 episodes for you.
Right.
Kicking butt. Me hiatus, being crappy and sad. Not anymore. Good stuff. Happy, positive. The things that I always preached is what I am again.
But do that because people are
That's
going to
what
be
I am.
excited to see your return. We've seen it all night in the comment section. People are excited for you to come back. I'm excited for you to come back. I'm always excited, like I said, for your victories. Your victories make me smile. I feel like it's a win for me when it's a win for you.
It is a win for the collective consciousness of this planet.
Beautiful. Let's go to the emojis section, the likes and loves and all that. Thumbs up from Dr. D Photography. Thank you very much, Dr. D. He's a big fan of Harken as well. We thank you. The Circus Hearts. It was one of our favorite bands. Tina, I'm going to kind of send you a link to the Circus Hearts after the show.
Sure.
Band you got to check out. They're great. Eden
love
James,
it.
another great artist who's been here. Andy Miller and Cheryl Williams, of course, with the thumbs up. Thank you, Cheryl.
My girl.
The loves from Eric Freeman Sims. Of course, thank you, Mark Mucci with the hearts. The Michael Bott Band. A great band, Eden on Fire. Thank you, guys. The super
Ooh.
musician, Tyler Travis. Thank you, Tyler. A love from the Tina Marie Celine fan club, which is you,
no,
but I said
they're
it was you, but I
also
said
no.
fan club. And Glenda Baker, we thank you for the emojis. Coming up on the Yo Show over the next couple weeks. Don't forget next Tuesday night. Jewel is expected to be back. I sure hope so because it's the 300th episode special time, 7:30 with Jessica Hillis and Misha Johnson and Troy Bonacore and Sherry Nelson, St. Ricketts, Beatrice Kimmel. Memories, stories. Sure, there's going to be some stories in there about Tina, stuff that I shouldn't share. No, I'm kidding. All good stuff. All good stuff. And
So exciting.
over the next, where the hell is the coming soon? Did I lose the coming soon?
Do.
What a mess. Oh, here it is. Coming
I'll
up.
make sounds. Okay.
There you go. The sounds help.
No, seriously.
Again, next Tuesday is the 300th, July 16th. The awesome local band Lady White Rat will be on the program. Great hard rock band. July 23rd, Tina, you got to check this out. This kid is, I think, 13 years old. His name is Kobe Reese. He's a drummer. He's a singer. He's got a band. Makes original music. Sensational. Big time superstar. Kobe Reese, July 23rd. July 30th, great local band Lives Lost. And my man Tanis and his dudes coming on the program. August 6th, I'm thrilled for this one. The creator and the power behind iRock Radio, Jay Hunter. Jay Hunter will be here. He said, "I've heard your show. I'm excited to come on." That means the world to me.
Freaking awesome.
Ah, that's awesome. That
Oh
blows
my
my
gosh.
mind.
If your heart's fluttering right now, it should be for all of it, but that's freaking awesome.
When he said yes, I was like, "Wow!" And then a fun one, August 13th. Her name is Jilly Real, and she is
Ooh,
the Cougar of Comedy. Oh yeah, she's all about the cougaring and the.
I want to see her
and,
pictures.
Oh, I will.
Can you
I'll send you
pull
the Facebook
Cougar
link
of
to her
Comedy?
page.
Oh,
She's pretty sexy.
okay,
she's
I'm
the-
trying to see.
She is the Cougar of Comedy. She is the Cougar of Comedy. Let me see if I can.
Awesome. I love that.
Let me try pulling one up real quick. See if I can do it.
That's awesome. Female comedians that are good are far and few between, in my opinion. I
kind of blew it up. Are you ready for this? Like this is the
Yeah,
ultimate
go.
Cougar sexy fit. Look at that.
Okay.
Got the captain's hat on
so
and
she's
leopard pants. That's some Cougar stuff. But she's
cougering
also
it up. She's beautiful.
she's also very funny. Like look at like oh yeah. Like,
oh wow, she's
that looks right through
gorgeous.
your soul, right? Man,
She's gorgeous. She
Nice.
is. That's gonna be a good one.
Should be a
All
good
of it
one.
is. All of it is. You're doing great. You are
Thank
doing
you.
awesome. Awesome.
And I'm definitely excited for your future endeavors, of course. A massive thanks to the rock band Harken. And Tina, I do appreciate you said, do me a favor, send me everything you have of them. And I sent the links and the music, and you got right into it and jumped into it and became a fan of it. I know everything they have is now loaded on my cell phone. I know what I'll be listening to work on on the way to work tomorrow. You can find Harken Facebook at Harken Rocks, Instagram at Harken Music, Spotify and Apple Music is Harken. Subscribe on their YouTube. That's where it comes from. Buy
Good.
their music.
Good.
Allmylinks.com. Harken the band. Tell them, Tina.
Allmylinks.com. Harken the band. Look them up. Harken. Do I need to say it phonetically? I think not, because I'm in the comments being weird and putting at symbols. So you know what that means.
Before we leave, I got to do this because I try to hit this with everybody, and everybody's got a different opinion. Of course, the Hawk Tour girl. I wanted to go on without doing it, but her name has actually come out. She's been found. Haley Welsh. Her latest, she got offered $600 to Hawk Tour into a jar,
Oh
and
my
somebody
God.
wanted to preserve and sell it. She said that's disgusting. Good for you. She signed with an agent. She was performing on stage with major country stars. What's next? I don't know. Your impression of this, again, being in content, knowing that one thing you say can blow up, or that one thing you do can blow up. Are you a fan of this girl, or you think it's kind of ridiculous?
I think it's a little bit of half and half. I think it's a little bit of what we are pushing at people, and a little bit of where people's heads are at, and a little bit of she just got lucky, and a little bit of she is dating a famous country musician, if FYI.
Nice.
So there's all of that included. Um, a little bit off topic, but we will roundabout back real quick. One time I made my little sister, shout out Paula Joanne, laugh so hard that she made this hilarious sound that was like, glah, glah. And I was like, and so when I saw the word hawk twa, that's what my brain did. But yeah, I $600 offer into it. That's a little, that's I hope she thinks better of herself. It's my
She,
and
from what I'm
result.
reading, is she said that's disgusting. It kind of is. I mean, I get the joke, and
$600 and also
right,
like
yeah,
no.
600 hours. Like she now has an agent. I don't think 600 hours is
And she's
exciting.
no, not even that, but to make that who you are, and like that's your niche, like that's who you're gonna be remembered as forever. No, thank you. I personally would not want to do that either. Like, and yeah, like you said, she has an agent. She's dating a famous country musician. Like, why would she take that offer?
Exactly. She's a pretty girl, and everybody likes the accent. But it's
Cute.
she is cute.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
but not that, but not cute in a way where like she respects herself. Good for her.
she does. Yeah.
And you know what? Respect to people that don't always respect themselves. Everybody's got their things, but also respect to the people that do respect themselves. Respect everybody, really, is what it boils down to.
Truth. I'm with that very much so, and more power to her. A lot of people are like, she's this. That's disgusting. Her parents were too proud. It's her 15 minutes. Let her run with it. Let her enjoy it. We would all love to have that one little moment, would we not?
Wait. I kind of dipped off somewhere in my head. Can you please? What did you just say?
Like we all want that 15 minutes of fame. Like it's her 15 minutes. She made this phrase. It caught on. She's got a little popularity run. It's cool.
Is it though? Is it her 15 minutes? Is it not?
Right.
If she makes this her 15 minutes in 5 years when she really wants to have her 15 minutes and it comes to her, what will happen then? Don't make this your 15 minutes.
Ooh,
I would say.
That's good. I like that a lot. And that's outside the box.
I don't even know.
It's outside the box in a brilliant way. And you're right. Because just because you have a little something, don't just force it and then become that one-hit wonder and be gone. Kind of
No, thank you.
work with it and show the world that what kind of good person you could be, and people will become a fan of yours, and then you'll continue in return. I like that a lot. It's actually really good.
They're already going to be watching her anyways. Actually, now is probably the most opportune time for her to do something greater than that.
Yes.
Maybe funny, maybe not, maybe deep, maybe not. Like it just depends on what she wants to do. Like again, passions, hobbies, interests, and where your head is at and your heart is at. That's what she and anybody should just focus on.
My mind is blown by the beautiful inside and out Miss Tina Marie Celine. Inside and out, you are incredible. I got to tell you, we've run past our time.
Sorry.
We'll get cut off. I'm going to cut off. Not a problem at all. I want to thank you. Well, let's thank Harken, of course, for coming out, being an awesome band.
Yes.
Let's thank everybody that watched, Tina's fan club, and our regular fans, and people that came out to enjoy the show tonight. We thank you a great deal. Now with that, oh, here we go. Shameless plug, Saturday night at Sweeney's. Come see Sour Station with Burden of Guilt and Bellevue. That's right. It was originally scheduled for 4th of July. Got moved a couple days. But if you're in the area, Saturday night, Sweeney's, 2 former bands who have been on the show, awesome bands, Burden of Guilt, my man Josh, Sour Station, Adam, the dudes, and the lady, of course, coming out for a great rock show at, once again, Sweeney's. There's that place. Come check them out. Why not contribute to the local music scene?
What town is that?
That's Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Northeast Philly. Tina's coming.
Philly. Okay, one day
And,
I will.
Friday night, triple rail turn at Rose Tree Park.
Look at
We got to
that.
get them on the show. You're a big fan of them. They're cool. I like watching them perform. Great band. As we come near the end of the program, of course, don't forget, next Tuesday night, we go for 300. And as I go to 300, no better timing than to have Tina sitting next to me tonight. And I want to thank you so very much for all the years, being a friend, being an ear, for our up times and our down times. We felt that we can communicate with each other at times. And that means the world to me, because you're more to me than just somebody that does a podcast, and where you become family. You're like a heart. And I adore you. I love you. I root for you. And I just want you to stay successful, stay part of our family. And I can't wait to see your future projects. I thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me tonight. It means the world to me. So amped. I got to go to bed soon. I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to be up all night because I'm just so energized
Thank
from
you.
the great evening we
I
had.
know. I'm excited too. I'm like way beyond excited. Sorry. I'm like, oh my gosh. I stopped crying again. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
That's those. I could feel like were genuine, authentic words. Like
I waited all night to say it. So, you know.
they-
And as I always say, like people, like in the old days, you say my door's always open. My window, my messenger, etc., is always open for you. You need to laugh, you need advice, you have an idea, anything you want to run past, it's always open for you 24 hours a day. I'm here for you. I love you. I want you to just keep going along. And like I said, stay part of our family.
Thank you.
We love you so much. Thank you, Adam. Great job tonight, folks. Thank you for all you do. And thank you for appreciating us and being a part of it. And like I said, without people
Nothing
like
came
Tina,
out.
nothing came. You're good. Without people like Tina, there may not be people like me. So believe and inspire and watch
Yes.
what we're
Yes. Yes.
doing.
Yes. And just do what you love to do, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Jeffy, and
Jeffy.
Jeffers. Sorry, and then Jeff.
Jeffy.
Jeff. Like,
Jeff.
I'm sorry.
We are going to we're going to take you out of here with our good friends from St. Ricketts, but Fire Cannot Burn. www.strictricketts.com. Next week is 300. I cannot believe it. For Jeff the Shark Perini and the amazing Tina Celine. Have a
Mwah.
great night. Mwah, indeed. We'll see you next week.
Much
St.
love.
Ricketts with Fire Cannot
Yes.
Burn. Well, let me turn that out. Something I still haven't mastered is that, playing the music too quick. Turn the volume up at the right time. All right, Tina, now we're getting the hell out of here. Good night.
Good night.
Kindly answer them. rising deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights and glow?